What if the real problem is hiding inside your normal morning routine? The same routine you followed for years thinking it was healthy. Because right now, millions of adults over 50 are unknowingly doing small things every morning that slowly push their bodies toward insulin resistance, prediabetes, and eventually type 2 diabetes. And the dangerous part? Most people feel completely normal while it's happening. No pain, no warning, no dramatic symptoms, just silent damage, building day after day. But today, we're changing that. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common morning habits that quietly raise blood sugar after 50, and more importantly, what to do instead. Some of these habits may surprise you. One of them is considered healthy by millions of Americans. And another habit actually causes blood sugar spikes before breakfast even begins. Stay with me until the end, because habit number 7 is one I see constantly in adults over 50, and correcting it often creates the biggest improvement. If you're new here, welcome to Dr. Richard Health, where we simplify health, wellness, and healthy aging using real science explained in plain English. Now let's get started. Why blood sugar changes after 50. Before we talk about the habits themselves, you need to understand something important. After age 50, your body does not process glucose the same way it did in your 20s or 30s. That's not your fault. It's biology. As we age, muscle mass naturally declines, and muscle plays a major role in removing glucose from the bloodstream. At the same time, insulin sensitivity gradually decreases. That means your cells stop responding to insulin as efficiently as before, so sugar stays in the bloodstream longer. Then there's sleep, stress, hormones, reduced movement. All of these combine to make blood sugar regulation more fragile after 50. That's why adults over 50 are one of the fastest growing groups developing prediabetes. And many people don't even know they have it. Maybe they feel a little more tired than usual. Maybe they crave carbs more often. Maybe they feel sleepy after meals. But the warning signs are subtle. That's why your daily habits matter so much, especially your mornings. Because the first few hours after waking set the metabolic tone for your entire day. And the first habit on this list is one almost everyone does. Habit number 1, drinking sugary coffee on an empty stomach. Let me tell you about a man named Robert. Robert was 61 years old. Every morning he woke up and immediately made coffee. But not plain coffee. 2 sugars, flavored creamer, sometimes caramel syrup. He thought it was harmless. After all, it was just coffee. But here's what was actually happening. In the early morning, your body naturally releases cortisol. Cortisol helps wake you up, but it also signals the liver to release stored glucose into the bloodstream. So your blood sugar is already elevated shortly after waking. Then you drink sweetened coffee on an empty stomach. Now your body gets hit with caffeine, sugar, and stress hormones all at once. That creates a perfect storm for blood sugar spikes. Researchers have found that caffeine consumed before breakfast can temporarily reduce insulin sensitivity in some adults. And when sugar is added, the spike becomes even worse. This is especially true after 50, because the body becomes less efficient at clearing glucose quickly. The solution? Drink water first, then eat a small protein-based breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts. After that, have plain coffee or coffee with minimal additives. That simple timing change can dramatically reduce glucose spikes. And Robert? Within 2 months of changing his morning coffee habit, his fasting blood sugar dropped noticeably. Small changes matter. Habit number 2, skipping breakfast. Completely. For years, people were told skipping breakfast helps with weight loss, and for some people, certain fasting routines can work. But after 50, skipping breakfast entirely often backfires, especially for adults already struggling with insulin resistance. Here's why. When you go too long without eating after waking, cortisol stays elevated longer. Your body enters a stress response state. The liver keeps releasing glucose into the bloodstream. Then eventually, you become extremely hungry. And what do most people crave? Fast carbs, toast, pastries, cereal, juice. That creates a massive glucose surge. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that adults who regularly skipped breakfast had poorer glucose control and higher insulin resistance markers over time. Now, this doesn't mean everyone must eat a huge breakfast, but giving your body some early protein and healthy fats creates metabolic stability. Think simple: boiled eggs, unsweetened yogurt, avocado, cottage cheese. Even a small balanced breakfast helps calm the blood sugar roller coaster. And if you're enjoying this video so far, take a moment to hit the like button. It helps this information reach more adults who genuinely need it. Now let's move to habit number 3, because this one is marketed as healthy everywhere. Habit number 3, drinking fruit juice in the morning. This one surprises people because orange juice has been associated with breakfast for decades. But here's the problem. Fruit juice is not the same as whole fruit. When fruit is turned into juice, most of the fiber disappears, and fiber is what slows sugar absorption. Without that fiber, the natural sugars hit the bloodstream extremely fast. One glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as soda, and unlike whole fruit, juice doesn't keep you full. So blood sugar spikes rapidly, then crashes. Then cravings begin. I once spoke with a woman named Linda, who drank healthy juice every morning for years. Orange juice, apple juice, sometimes smoothies loaded with honey and bananas. She was shocked when her doctor told her she had prediabetes. She said, "But I don't even drink soda." That's the trap. Liquid sugar is still sugar, even when it comes from fruit. A much better option? Eat whole fruit instead. Berries are especially helpful because they contain fiber and antioxidants while having a lower glycemic impact. And if you love smoothies, keep them balanced. Add protein. Add chia seeds. Avoid excessive sweeteners. Your pancreas will thank you. Habit number 4, eating healthy breakfast cereals. This might be one of the biggest marketing tricks in modern nutrition. Walk through any grocery store, and you'll see cereal boxes covered in words like heart healthy, whole grain, low fat, natural. But many breakfast cereals are heavily processed carbohydrate bombs, even the ones advertised as healthy. And after 50, your body becomes less tolerant of large carb loads first thing in the morning. Here's what happens. You eat cereal. Blood sugar rises quickly. Insulin spikes. Then 2 hours later, you feel tired and hungry again. That cycle repeats day after day. Researchers from Harvard have repeatedly linked highly processed breakfast foods with worsening insulin resistance and metabolic dysfunction. And unfortunately, many cereals digest almost as quickly as white bread. Instead, focus on breakfasts with protein, fiber, healthy fats. For example, eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries, steel-cut oats with nuts and cinnamon. Notice I said steel-cut oats, not sugary instant packets. Those flavored oatmeals often contain enormous amounts of added sugar. And speaking of something people think is harmless, the next habit is one millions of adults do while checking their phones. Habit number 5, sitting too long after waking up. Modern mornings are incredibly sedentary. People wake up, sit, scroll, watch TV, read emails, drive, sit more. But movement in the morning plays a major role in blood sugar regulation because muscles act like glucose sponges. When muscles contract, they pull glucose out of the bloodstream, even without needing large amounts of insulin. That's incredibly important after 50. A short walk after breakfast can significantly reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Research from the American Diabetes Association found that light walking after meals improved glucose control more effectively than one long workout later in the day. You don't need intense exercise. You don't need a gym membership. Just movement. Walk around the block. Stretch. Do light resistance exercises. Garden. The key is avoiding long periods of inactivity early in the day. One retired teacher I worked with started taking a simple 15-minute walk every morning after breakfast. 3 months later, her fasting glucose improved enough that her doctor delayed medication. Never underestimate small daily movement, because consistency changes metabolism. Now let's talk about something many people never connect to diabetes risk. Sleep. Habit number 6. Sleeping poorly and ignoring it. Many adults over 50 accept poor sleep as normal aging, but poor sleep directly affects blood sugar. In fact, even one night of bad sleep can temporarily reduce insulin sensitivity. Why? Because sleep is when your body resets important metabolic hormones. Poor sleep raises cortisol, raises hunger hormones, increases cravings for carbohydrates. And unfortunately, many morning habits actually worsen sleep without people realizing it. Late-night caffeine, heavy evening meals, screen exposure before bed. Then the next morning, fatigue, cravings, more caffeine, more sugar. It becomes a cycle. One study published in Diabetes Care found that chronic sleep deprivation significantly increased diabetes risk in older adults. So if you constantly wake up tired, groggy, or needing large amounts of caffeine just to function, don't ignore it. Your sleep quality may be affecting your blood sugar more than you think. Protect your sleep like you protect your diet, because both matter. And finally, the last habit is one almost nobody talks about, but it may be one of the most damaging. Habit number 7. Starting every morning stressed. This habit is silent, invisible, and incredibly powerful. Many adults begin their mornings with stress before they even get out of bed. Checking bad news, reading stressful emails, worrying about finances, thinking about responsibilities. Your brain cannot separate emotional stress from physical danger, so the body responds the same way. Cortisol rises, adrenaline increases. The liver releases glucose. This is why stress management matters for blood sugar. Chronic stress keeps the body in a constant state of metabolic alertness, and over time, that contributes to insulin resistance. One man I spoke with had decent eating habits, but constantly woke up anxious. The first thing he did every morning was read negative news articles. His doctor eventually encouraged him to change his routine. Instead of stress, he began starting the morning with light stretching, prayer, deep breathing, quiet walking, soft music. Within weeks, he noticed lower cravings, better sleep, and more stable energy. Your nervous system matters, your stress level matters, and your morning emotional state matters more than most people realize. What healthy mornings actually look like at after 50. So what should a healthy blood sugar-friendly morning actually look like? Simple. Wake up, drink water. Avoid immediate stress. Get light exposure. Move your body. Eat protein. Keep sugar low. Delay coffee slightly. Stay active after meals. That's it. No expensive supplements. No miracle cures. No extreme diets. Just smarter daily habits. And the amazing thing is this. The body often responds surprisingly fast. Many adults notice better energy, fewer cravings, clearer thinking, improved sleep, more stable mood, sometimes within just a few weeks. Because the body wants balance, you simply have to stop working against it. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this video, it's this. Diabetes rarely appears overnight. It develops slowly, quietly, habit by habit. And that means small improvements matter. You do not need perfection. You just need awareness. Changing even one morning habit can start improving your metabolic health. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you care about. A friend, a spouse, a parent. Because many people are struggling with blood sugar problems without even realizing it. And before you go, let me ask you something. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if you want to learn more, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Richard Health and turn on notifications. Because in the next video, we're talking about the common nighttime habits that quietly damage the kidneys after 50. You won't want to miss that. Take care of yourself. You deserve to feel healthy at every age.